Hey, my name is Carmelita Hernandez, and I'm making a follow-up video to the one I made last week. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. I worked at DKY5 Amazon on Newtown Pike, and I am looking for an attorney. I get really emotional, so I'm a crybaby bitch a lot, and I don't want to portray myself that way. If I do cry on these, please bear with me. Um, I want to present myself the best way possible, and I need help um, with this nonsense that has been going on. Okay, so we're going to first start with workman's comp. As workman's comp, I believe it states that they should be providing my income as I got hurt from Amazon. Even though Amazon fired me during my workman's comp should still be giving me a check. I received 2 checks in February that were mailed to me, and 1 in March that was deposited in my account. Other than that, I believe that they are continuously trying to close my case, as I have had 3 caseworkers. The first one I called, she wouldn't return my calls, so after her I did not call. I started emailing. I'm told from physical therapy that I need to stay on top of them to get things accomplished. But they know what's wrong, and they're clearly not giving me the help that I need. So, okay. I missed my appointment on the 14th. That's for long-term, short-term disability. I called and spoke to somebody on last Friday, that told me she was waiting on the appointment to be set. So I called back this past Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, leaving voicemails, and I have not heard anything back. Like I said, I believe they're trying to close my case. I intended to make a doctor's appointment anyways, and I'm a procrastinator, and like I said, everything overwhelms me right now, so I just shut down. So I'm going to make an appointment this morning, as I need to get another referral for more physical therapy also. I'm going to show you my elbows because they are inflamed right now, and you can see, like, when they're worse, these lines become indented worse, and then these protrude. These becomes inflamed, and then you see all right there. Sometimes all this gets bruised, but and then this one. Now, during the day, different parts of the bone hurt, the muscle, the tendons. Okay. So, trying to get another physical therapy so we can maybe try to start lifting weight again. I'm not sure, as this past time I had physical therapy, I got bruises on my shoulder blade, so I'm gonna try to get an x-ray on that also. So that right there, it's hard to get to the appointments and physical therapy as no income. So that's why I have a GoFundMe page, and I am looking for an attorney to help me get my compensation back. And as far as Amazon, I know there was favoritism and discrimination. For me, being hurt both years and not learning properly in a timely manner, and just incidents that have happened on site with people, it needs to be looked into. I did call ethics and told them that all of the managers and PAs need to be looked into from the time I had worked there until the present time I had fought ethics. And the lady that I spoke to said that she needed the names. Everybody in management and PA since I started there should be looked at. I got an attitude because I don't know everybody's names and all this stuff, and if she would have just listened, then it would have helped. And it got to the point where HR had came in and talked to me and asked me about it, and I told him a little bit of the favoritism, and I think he did try to help, but at the same time, prior to him and ethics, I talked to other managers and even the senior manager, and got nothing. So I'm gonna go over some of the things, and we'll see. So, okay, so the first thing was my shoes. I am shorter than the average bear, so I have smaller feet than the average toad, so I had to have my shoes special ordered. When I first came in, they weren't ordered, so after orientation the first day, the second day, I wasn't able to come in until my shoes came. So I started a week late. Then I was not taught the second day, or when I came back. I was only taught in one section, and it was called STO, and I started on the regular one, and then they moved me to the machine ADT. Now I was told, and then I heard it numerous times during the morning meetings, that all of the employees had to do STO. And that clearly was not right, because I can give a list of people who did not do STO and clearly have not done STO since. So, right there, me having to be in it all the time, and others, that is discrimination and favoritism, not learning. The learning teacher at the time, she was fired later on for favoritism and rehired, which makes no sense, but that needs to be looked into. So she picked and chose who got to learn when, how fast. She was Hispanic. I'm not sure. I want to say Mexican, but I could be wrong. So, there was another coworker. He wanted to move along really fast and not learn every area like everybody else, or have to do certain hours of STO or whatever. Well, anyways, him and her got most of the Hispanics to learn areas. So when I found out the Hispanics had to learn areas, I questioned why the Africans didn't get to learn areas, as the Africans were there longer and they were better at STO than some of the Hispanics. Anyways, so I was told that they could not because they didn't speak English, but the Hispanics didn't speak English either. It didn't make sense. So again, that's favoritism. There were certain areas of people that did not have to do STO. That's induct and unloading 1 through 3, problem solve, and hazmat. Now, they picked and choose who could learn these areas, and Um, I don't know why everybody couldn't learn these areas, as some of the hazmat people that are still hazmat has been seen improperly disposing of hazmat wrong, or yeah. Also, let's see. How, managers get special treatment anyways because they're managers. The managers, relatives, marital partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, or close friends would get special privileges where they didn't have to do so. People would advance to PAs without doing so, while others were told they couldn't advance because they had to redo stow on ADT machines. That's all I can think of right now. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I've been doing a whole bunch of these, so I will be doing more and becoming more in depth and getting the timeline together. But those few things right there are my beginning. I will have more.